Time to look at your money this morning, and according to the National Retail Federation, American shoppers are expected to spend a record high $962 billion this holiday shopping season. Adobe Analytics is reporting U.S. consumers spent a record high $38 billion in online sales during Cyber Week, and that's the 5 shopping days between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday, and the online sales was a hefty 7.8% increase over last year. And joining us is our financial expert from the Quad Cities Investment Group, Mark Grevicheski. Good morning.
Morning. Good to see you. Happy Monday.
Absolutely. So walk us through these retail sales numbers during Cyber Week.
Well, remember, the purpose of Cyber Week is to promote online shopping. So these numbers from Adobe Analytics only track online sales. It excludes any retail sales from the traditional physical brick and mortar retail stores. But that said, Devin, this was an outstanding Cyber Week. It didn't just break records. It absolutely destroyed any Cyber Week sales from the previous year. Now, Cyber Week is the 5 shopping days that starts on Thanksgiving, includes Black Friday, the Saturday, Sunday, Thanksgiving weekend, and then wraps up on Cyber Monday. During Cyber Week, total online sales, as you mentioned, a record $38 billion, up 7.5% from last year. On Cyber Monday alone, total online sales, another record high, $12.4 billion, up $9.6 billion from last year. On Cyber Monday, during the peak hour from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., online shoppers were spending $15.7 billion every minute. During Cyber Week, 51.8% of all online sales came from people using their smartphones. Now, one of the bigger trends this holiday season we're seeing is the use of what's called buy now, pay later, which allows online shoppers to buy their goods and items on installment. On Cyber Monday, the use of buy now, pay later increased by 42.5% over last year. Another big trend we're seeing this year is more discounts and deeper discounts. During Cyber Week, the biggest discounts we saw were on electronics, and those discounts on electronics peaked at 31% off the list price. So if you were shopping for electronics, it was a great week for you.
Yeah, but most of us would be thinking about high inflation and the high interest rates we've all been talking about almost every day. Why do these numbers are so strong?
They are. But, remember, this 5-day Cyber Week is just a tiny snapshot of the broader 61-day November-December retail holiday shopping season. Also remember, this is only online sales. We just don't know the relative strength or weakness of retail sales from those physical brick and mortar stores. But to your point, Wall Street is trying to put this exceptionally strong Cyber Week into some type of perspective. Look, we still have high inflation, high interest rates, savings accounts are dwindling, household debt is at an all-time record high, credit card debt is at an all-time record high. Are consumers really willing to spend a ton of money this holiday season, or is there maybe another reason for these very strong Cyber Week sales? Wall Street says, look to some of the trends that we're seeing during Cyber Week. This massive surge in the use of buy now, pay later. Also, another one of the big trends is online retailers were offering these massive discounts to entice shoppers. So it's more likely that shoppers were using Cyber Week to capture those big, massive, deep discounts and to really find the best value for money.
So that begs the question, do you think that this spending strength will continue into this month?
It's much too early to tell, and here's one of the main reasons. Once you get into December, retailers typically start to scale back some of those big discounts that we normally see during Cyber Week. But if consumers are really so sensitive to price this year, once those retailers start scaling back those big discounts, do consumers also kind of start to pull back on their spending? We've got to track this spending a little bit more, and those physical retail sales numbers aren't going to be released until January. So middle of January, we'll find a little bit more clarity on this entire season.
All right, well, we know you'll keep an eye on it. Thanks so much, Mark. And here's what's ahead on GMA.